Well, Tony, welcome to Toronto. Such
Thank
a
you.
pleasure
I've never
to have
been.
you here. That's unbelievable to me.
This is my first time because I typically have done gigs in Vancouver. I've never been to Toronto.
Well, welcome. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Raptors fever. You're here at the right
Right?
time.
Man,
Dude,
it is intense.
couldn't be
Tonight's the
better.
night.
It really is. Listen, this movie is so fantastic, and I want to know, how does one get into the mindset of a spork?
Good question. Well, first of all, I think sporks are very underrated.
I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Spoons and knives and forks, they get all the attention. But sporks, it is a very good, it's like the unicorn of utensils that needs more attention. But they described, when they brought me up to Pixar in Oakland, they kind of described him as like, okay, so, he's got a neurotic energy. And I was like, check.
Been there, done
Got
that.
that on it, my forte. And they just kind of said, he asks a lot of questions. He's kind of gullible, and then they showed me this picture, and just I loved how not only does he kind of see the world simply and ask but he's very simple. He's made with pipe cleaners and a spork and popsicle sticks, and I just love that kind of fresh kind of simplicity about him.
Yeah, and he fits so well with his fellow toys. And Woody really does kind of take him under his wing, so to speak. Now, you don't, as a voiceover actor, you don't often get to work with any of your co-stars, and you'd have to do this. For you, who's so used to sparring off of such great comedic talent, what is it like for you to do that kind of work?
It's tricky, but it's, I've been fortunate enough to do other animation, and you get kind of used to it. I think what Pixar did differently is typically when you do animation or any voiceover, you're kind of separated, and there's a sheet of glass, and then you have your headphones on, you do it, and then everything goes quiet, and then you just see these mouths talking about you, and this wave of insecurity comes over you. Yeah. But with Pixar, we weren't with the other actors, but we were all in the same room. So it was like the directors and producers and writers, we were all together. And so it felt very much like a collaboration. They kind of created this kind of community vibe, which really helped. Because with voiceover, you can't spar as much. But it's tricky, and you kind of, what I just try to do is however I would act if I was doing it on camera, like live physical, I'd do the same physicality and then just hope it would be channeled into the microphone.
Yeah, and it just amazes me how Pixar just keeps stepping in. It is beautiful. I mean, even that opening scene with the water.
Right? That's what I keep saying, the water.
Wow.
It's so beautiful, and I've been saying that, like, we voice actors, we're a very small piece of this pie, because most of the pie, the artistry that has gone into this movie and the hours of labor, those are the ones that should be getting the attention, because, as you said, it's visually stunning. Like, I watch it, I'm like, this feels like magic.
Yeah.
Just how they have brought, and Bo Peep's face, the porcelain kind of china is just so gorgeous.
Yeah. Why do you think Forky fits in so well in this film? Well, how kids are really going to relate to this? I mean, you, my friend, are a scene stealer. You always are.
That's so nice.
And I'm not, just saying it because you're sitting across from me. You are always stealing scenes, and you've done it again in this film.
It comes from a lot of pain. No, I think I will say, like, I do relate to Forky because he is very overwhelmed. I'm very overwhelmed that I'm even sitting in front of this.
He's a legacy,
genuinely a legacy. When I first became an actor, I moved to New York in 1995, and that was the first Toy Story. And I remember seeing it, and I never would have thought I had been a part of this franchise. But it's like overwhelmed, and just he's always asking, why am I here? I feel like I'm constantly being like, how did I get here? So him and I are very much on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I have to, like we were just saying before, thank you for all the comedy and everything you bring us, Arrested Development. But Veep, honest to God, you and Julia together in those scenes, I know that she had a very hard time not breaking. How do you stop yourself from breaking?
I don't stop myself. That's what's unfortunate. That's the unprofessional part. And actually, Julia said to me once, because I couldn't stop laughing, and she turned to me and she says, "Tony, you're not watching the show, you're in the show." And I was like, okay, I hear you. But it's very funny. And I was so close to her, so anything she did, I will say I had my bag that I could just, if you notice, you'll see the top of my head a lot because I'm laughing in my bag.
I always want to know what's in that Gary bag.
Well, in Gary's world, it's full of pockets that he has sewn and everything she needs. In my world, it was like scripts and water bottles. That's the big difference.
I can imagine. Well, like I say, thank you for everything. You are so fantastic in this movie.
Oh, that's so
Everybody
nice.
is just going to love it.
And by the way, Bonnie.
Yes. Yeah,
you're named after the little girl who created me.
I am.
So very, very, we're very much
I always
connected.
take these films very personally.
As you should.
And have lots of Kleenex on hand.
Oh my gosh,
happy, but also the tears are flowing.
Yes.
Tony, such a pleasure.
Such
Thank
a
you so
pleasure.
much for your time.
So wonderful meeting you.